features the Freshmen of MSJ playing host to the Freshmen of Rutland High School here at St. Peter's Field. Mark Carbonell along with Mike Coludi here this afternoon. Today's game features the Raiders at 5-2 coming into today's game, and the Mounties at 1-5. Mounties are coached by Gene Esposito, former MSJ lineman, and across the way the Raiders coached by Steve Clark and also his son Scott Clark. It's a father-son combination here at Rutland at the freshman level, and Scott also a former lineman at the academy, played for the Mounties here and a few years ago. The weather is not too bad a day, kind of cloudy, and the field's in pretty good shape, a lot drier than it was for Monday's game. The officials are out at midfield, and we're just about ready to start here.
A lot more pleasant
Mike?
Today than it was yesterday, huh, Mark?
Yeah, I guess so.
I shouldn't say yesterday, Monday.
And it's not bad temperature-wise either.
All right.
It looks like the let's see, I'm not sure who won the coin toss here. It looks like the Mounties are going to tee it up, and the Raiders will be receiving number 32. That's going to be Jake Conway. And also back for the Raiders is, well, I can't make out what the could be Caleb Edgerton, number 30.
Can see the numbers. These are going to be a little different for us because we haven't done a freshman game yet this year. This is the first time we've done a freshman game.
This will be interesting.
So it's going to take us a little longer to locate the numbers. And
okay, 21 is McGregor Chadwick, ready to kick off for the Mounties.
Some of these kids I recognize from hockey. Chadwick and let's see, I know he's one. He played for the Otters.
That'll help. There's the boot, and it's taken by 33 for the Raiders. That's John Watson, and he gets up as far as the 30-yard line, and the Raiders will go to work right there, 1st and 10. We got a flag thrown on the play. And this one's going to go against the Mounties, I believe. I'm not sure what the call is. Okay, it's a face mask against MSJ, so the Raiders will be in good shape here. Just over the MSJ 45-yard line. That's where they'll go to work. The quarterback for the Raiders is number 12, Chad Galliano. Coming out of that Raider backfield, number 32, Jacob Conway. And also, was that 33, Mike?
I believe so. That's
okay,
John Watson.
John Watson. Okay, the handoff went to John Watson, and nothing doing. He lost a couple on the play.
Tackle by number 69, Joe Caruso from MSJ. And Mounties pushing back there a couple yards.
Pretty good stunt there defensively. It's a second down and second about 15 here for the Raiders. Opening minutes, first quarter. Freshman football here live from St. Peter's Field here this afternoon. Yeah, the Raiders up over the ball, and it's quarterback is Galliano. He rolls to his right, and he's going to be taken down with another loss on the play.
I think number 32, Jacob Conway, was kind of looking back for the pitch.
Kind of seemed that way. Looked like he was looking for something, like around that corner.
Instead of going wide, he sort of hesitated there and didn't give the quarterback much room to run. So
into the game for the Raiders, number 23, Jobin Feinberg at one of the wideouts. It's going to bring up a 3rd and long here, 3rd and about 13 for the Raiders. Hey, he's got Feinberg split left. And we got some whistles and flags on the play.
Almost think it was too much time, wasn't it?
Now we had a procedure call against Rutland, so it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 18 to go for the Raiders. No score in the ball game. Opening minutes here, first quarter of play.
Number 17 coming in, Andrew Razulo.
Okay, that's for Rutland?
For Rutland. The wing back.
Okay, so the Raiders with a 3rd and long here. Galliano, the quarterback, he's got Feinberg split left. He drops back to pass, and he looks for number 25 there. It's incomplete. David Savage, number 25 for the Raiders.
Nice blocking there in the backfield by John Watson to give his quarterback some time to throw, but he was just about 1.5 feet, 2 feet short there, Mark. So.
Okay, so the Raiders will have to punt it away here with 9:38 left in the first quarter of play. Ball just over the Raider 35. Well, we'll call it the 38-yard line. Okay, number 82 into the game for the Raiders. That's well, they don't have an 82. I don't know if you've got one there.
For the Raiders?
For the Raiders.
No.
Okay, the snap is low. It's oh, it's blocked, and the Mounties recover. MSJ will have the ball inside the Raider 25-yard line.
Heads-up play here by the Mounties to penetrate that backfield, and this puts MSJ certainly in good position here.
Well, there's definitely a break for the Mounties, and they'll go to work here deep in Raider territory. Okay, quarterbacking MSJ, that's number 8, Greg Fuller. See, we got in the back to there number 30, that's Mike Esposito, and number 23, Matt Hayward for the Mounties. Mounties out of the I formation. Jeff Brisbane is wide right, handoff to Esposito. He's at the 20, 15, still on his feet, and driving down about the inside the 10-yard line.
They're going to have to hit Esposito up high. They're not going to take, or down, going to have to hit him low. They're not going to be able to take him down around the shoulders, that's for sure.
Definitely, he's got some muscle to him, and if you're going to hit him, you're going to have to hit him low to take him down. It's a good gain by Esposito, and the Mounties are driving towards that Raider goal line. We're short of the 10-yard line. Okay, Fuller barks him out. Hand off to number 19. And he's awful close to that goal line, Mike.
Yeah. Nice run there by Matt. It's Matt Howland.
Okay, Matt Howland for the Mounties, taking it even closer to Raider territory. So it looks like a second short here for MSJ. No score in the ball game. 8:29 in the first quarter of play here at St. Peter's Field. Okay, we got Luke Bauman is split right for the MSJ, and number 41, Jeff Brisbane, split left. Fuller, the quarterback. Little pitch back there to 23, and he's in.
Touchdown.
Touchdown MSJ. Matt Hayward taking the pitch from Greg Fuller, and the Mounties are on the board first here, 6-0 with 8:06 left, first quarter of play.
Nice play calling by MSJ. They got a few breaks there and punched in early here in this first quarter with 8 minutes left. Nice work by the MSJ Mounties.
Well, they didn't waste much time, Mike. They went right to work and stayed on the ground and punched it in here early to take that 6-0 lead. Number 21, that's McGregor Chadwick here going for the point after. He's got it. Both teams come up the field. It's MSJ 7 and Rutland nothing.
McGregor Chadwick also plays hockey, and Luke Bauman plays hockey. Those were the two I was trying to think of. There may be some more here. I haven't been able to look through all the names, but those are two of the guys that I recognize from this MSJ team.
Johnny Babb, is that Billy
John
Babb's
Babb,
boy?
that's right,
okay.
too. John Babb plays hockey.
Another hockey
for
player.
MSJ. will be playing for MSJ this year.
Well, I'll tell you, the Mounties didn't waste much time. They got a break.
They got a break on that block kick, and that's all it took. They're deep inside the Raider territory, and they punch it in for a touchdown to go ahead here early in the first quarter.
The Mounties coming into this game with a record of 1-5 on the season, and the Raiders at the other end of the spectrum, they're 5-2 coming into today's game.
Well, you know, like they say, Mark, you throw the records out the window between a Rutland and MSJ game, because
that's for sure.
Kids come into this thing just ready to play football, and the Mounties sure proved it this time, where they did a good job in punching one across there.
Okay, Chadwick getting set here to kick off to the Raiders. Back deep is 32, Jacob Conway, and 33, John Watson. Hey, Watson takes it. He's at the 30, 35, 40, and he's finally run out of bounds there about just short of the 45-yard line. Good return for John Watson. That'll put the Raiders in good shape.
John doing a good job there, bringing the ball back there for Rutland. If he had broken that just one more tackle, I think he would have gone all the way.
Well, the Raiders have a good, they have a tandem, a speedy tandem back there on those kickoffs, Mike. So the Raiders will go to work 1st and 10 at just about the 43-yard line. 7:58 left, first quarter of play, and it's the Mounties 7 and the Raiders nothing. Okay, Galliano, the quarterback for the Raiders. Hand off to Jacob Conway. He's at the 40, 45, 50, 45, 40. Finally run out of bounds. Excellent job there by Conway, Mike.
Nice run by Conway. I mean, he had one stiff arm in the back to break him open, and then the rest, the other 15 yards, 10 or 15 yards, was just he just outran him. Of course, he ran out of room on that right side and was taken out of bounds. But nice run by Conway. Gets himself a first down, puts Rutland in good field position right here.
So the Raiders in Mountie territory. We're looking at a 1st and 10, and let's see what number 82 there for the Raiders. Okay, that's the player that I don't have a name for.
We could find out maybe at halftime.
Okay, handoff to Jake Conway. He's up to the 40, 35, and finally pushed out of bounds there, short of the 30-yard line.
He's just short of that first down marker. And again, another run, a nice run by Conway. He just sort of outruns those defenders, and is again forced out of bounds. No running room left.
Well, Lane Jake is the workhorse here for this freshman Raider team here this afternoon. He's been doing a good job all year. So the Raiders looking at a 2nd and short, 7:41 left, first quarter of play. The Mounties lead 7-0. Galliano, the quarterback. We've got Conway and Watson in the backfield. Okay, there's the flags. Had a little movement there in the. Well, they let the play run, and
yeah, they did.
We had some movement on the Raider side of the line there.
Surprised not to hear the whistle there.
Call going to go against the Raiders here. It'll drop him back.
Again, toughest thing that a team has to overcome in a game is the penalties and the turnovers.
Well,
the
definitely.
Turnover back here at the Raider 20-yard line was turned around for a touchdown for MSJ, and now Rutland's pushed back 5 yards, so they've got a long third down conversion to make.
Well, the Raiders looking at a 3rd down and about 12 to go here for the first. Okay, Galliano barks him out. He's got Conway and Watson in the backfield. The handoff goes to Jake Conway, and he's going to be dropped way back for a loss. I'll tell you, that Mountie line's not fooled by anything here. They're just staying, holding their ground and staying in there and playing good
Chadwick
defense.
Stuck right with it there, and this certainly puts Rutland in a punting position where possibly if they were up at the line of scrimmage, they may have gone for it.
Okay, so the Raiders looking for a 4th down and 22 here. Okay, the Mounties getting, okay, now they've got 11 out there, and Raiders getting ready. Jake Conway to do the punting here for Rutland. Have a little trouble with the snap, and finally gets away. It's a good kick. Takes a bounce, and it's taken by 23 for the Mounties, Matt Hayward. And he's dropped just short of the Mountie 35-yard line.
Nice tackle by number 47 from Rutland, Robert Rumriel, I believe. Penalty on the ground over here too, Mark. Rumriel, I believe that's pronounced.
Rumriel.
Rumriel.
Okay. Going to be tricky. We've been doing JV football, so.
We'll probably have them correct by the end of the game. Unfortunately, that'll be too late, but we're doing the best we can, folks. Looks like this is going to be against MSJ.
Well, they're talking it over with the Raider captains, and not sure what the call is. Well, defensively, the Mounties have done a good job here this afternoon, Mike, so far.
Yeah. Well, they're shuffling a new set of players in. I'm not sure if that's...
Okay, I guess they're going to do it over, I think, Mike. They're going to...
Well, they're moving the 4th down marker up, so if this was during the... okay, now this gives Rutland 4th and about 8 now, Mark. It's a little bit different situation.
Okay, that puts a different...
yeah.
Okay, so let's see what the Raiders do here. They're still going back and...
still going to punt, looks like. Number 33, John Watson's back there.
Okay, John Watson back, and let's see what happens here. 4th and 9. And he gets the kick away. That's another good boot. Takes a Raider bounce.
Bounces out just short of the 5-yard line. That certainly certainly puts MSJ back. Break that Rutland really needed to get them out of that hole. They having a tough time here in this first quarter, Mark.
Definitely, the Mounties taking it right to the Raiders there. Of course, they're helped with a couple of penalties, and the Raiders having trouble getting on track here this afternoon.
Well, they had a couple good runs. They were moving the ball well, and then they ended up with that big penalty that pushed them back. So, again, the penalties can hurt you.
Okay, so it'll be a 1st and 10 for the Mounties, and that's the ball is just over their 5-yard line. Mounties lead 7-0 here. 5:55 left in the first quarter. Greg Fuller, the quarterback. Pitch back to 23, and he's got some good running room in there. Matt Hayward doing the running for the Mounties, and he picks up another 1st down, a big gain for MSJ, and brings the ball up over the just short of the 25-yard line of MSJ.
Nice blocking internal line there for MSJ to open up that hole, and Matt just poured on through there.
Well, so far the Mounties seem to be controlling that line of scrimmage, Mike. Just pushing the Raiders around there at will so far this afternoon. Here we got Luke Bauman is split right for the Mounties. There's a fumble there by Fuller, picks it up, and he's going to be dropped.
Heads up play there by Darrell Lindquist there from Rutland to drop the quarterback back there for about a 10-yard loss.
Okay, heads up play by Darrell Lindquist, and it'll drop the Mounties back. It'll bring up a 1st and about 14 now, a 2nd and 14. There's our cameraman. We might mention that we've got Michael Valentine here doing the camera work in the booth, and our regular cameraman just arrived here, Mr. Mayhew.
Jumping all over the place. You folks will notice a little flash on your screen there.
Okay, Esposito with the carry, and that's another big gainer for the Mounties. I'll tell you, Mike, the ground game of MSJ here is certainly working this afternoon.
Well, that internal line doing a good job of just opening up those holes, and there's not much you can do if those linemen hold their blocks, and there'll be room to run.
Okay, so the Mounties looking at a 3rd down and about 3 yards to go here. The Mounties lead 7-0.
Rutland needs to dig in here and hold them to get the ball back.
I think we got an injured player. I think Esposito there was shaken up, and he didn't want to come out, but he's going to have to. And he's had a couple of good runs this afternoon, Mike, for MSJ.
Yes, he has. Well, we were here, folks.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, we were covered. You know, we inside the booth here, where it's somewhat comfortable. We weren't out in the weather conditions.
Okay, the Mounties looking at a third down and third and short here. Okay, Fuller pitches it back, and it's fumbled.
Looks like it may have been recovered by Rutland. I noticed they were fighting for it. Yes, it is. I believe
Raider
that's
ball.
Daryl Lindquist again on the recovery. Yes, it is. Number 16. Again, nice heads-up play on Daryl's part to get that fumble or get that recovery, and that certainly puts Rutland in good field position.
Okay, that could be the break that the Raiders are looking for here as they go on the offense. They got a 1st and 10, and the ball is just inside the 30-yard line. 3:33 left in the first quarter of play. The Mounties on top, 7-0. Hey, Galliano, the quarterback here for the Raiders. Quick handoff goes to number 33 on the carry. Looks like John Watson. John with
a yard on the play that time.
A short gain for the Raiders. Raiders looking at a 2nd and 9 now. Okay, Galliano with a deep pitch to Jake Conway. Gets by one man, still on his feet. Still going, and he's finally tackled down there just about the 10-yard line of MSJ. Jake Conway with another nice run.
Almost seemed like he was going to go all the way. Then he was tripped up, and he actually fell down there at around the 10-yard line. Nice run by Jake. And
okay, so the ball is just about the 13-yard line or so.
It is around the 13, not the 10.
2:13 left, first quarter of play. The Mounties on top here, 7-0, with the Raiders knocking on the door. Deep pitch back to Conway, and he starts to the right, goes back to the left, and he's going to lose some yardage here. We had some movement in the backfield there, Mike.
The right side here. The guy that the one that was flanked away right moved, and that's going to put the Raiders back again. I'll nullify that play. Again here, you know, penalties and turnovers are the biggie.
Well, it'll hurt you. We've seen that all year, whether it's at the varsity level or JV or freshman. It's unfortunate, but they do happen. So the Raiders here looking at a 2nd down and about 2nd and 15 to go. Galliano, the quarterback, number 88 there for the Raiders, is Bill McGarry, split wide right. Hit a deep pitch again, going back to Conway. Cuts around the corner, the right side. He's 5. He's in. And the Raiders are on the board. Jake Conway sweeping it right.
Again, Jake with that speed, he just sort of outrunning those defenders, and he just takes it across there for Rutland and puts Rutland on the scoreboard here with just 1 minute and 21 seconds left in the first quarter. Jake certainly being the workhorse here this afternoon, Mark, with that ball.
Well, they just took it wide right and punched it in, and the Raiders are on the board 7-6 now, and they're going to go for the kind of a strange formation.
Yeah.
Pitch back is to John Watson, and he gets a 2-point conversion. Well, that's something. I haven't seen that before.
I don't think I've seen this one before. It's just something that maybe now they had a man back to punt or to kick the extra point.
Right.
But they just hiked it Like the 2 of them.
Well, at any rate, the Raiders get the job done, and it's 8-7 now. The Raiders on top of the Mounties here. 1:21 left, first quarter of play here at St. Peter's Field. Okay. All right, we're back here at St. Peter's Field. The Rutland High Red Raiders freshmen are out in front of the MSJ freshmen, 8-7 here. Ball is taken by number 21 there for the Mounties. And he finally gets the ball up just about the 35-yard line.
Having a tough time bringing him down there. He just kept digging in and worked his way up to the 35-yard line.
Okay, Chadwick on the return, and the Mounties will go to work. Pretty good field position again, Mike.
Yeah. MSJ has certainly ended up with good field position on most of their drives here. But they got about a minute here to put something together before the end of the quarter, and then they'll switch ends of the field. And we get a bunch of whistles here. Oh, somebody had to cross the field here.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Okay, so the Mounties will go to work here first and 10, and Greg Fuller, the quarterback. Okay, the pitch goes to number 23. He's up over the... boy, he's still on his feet. Nice carry there by number 23 for the Mounties, Matt Hayward.
Almost gets the first down there for MSJ.
It's going to be awful close. Yeah.
Looks like he's beyond the first down marker,
Okay,
so he does get the first down. He just turns his way. I mean, he just kept his feet moving and breaking a few tackles to get that first down. Nice work by Matt.
So the Mounties, another 4 downs to go here. And the ball this time is just over the 45-yard line of MSJ. Okay, Greg Fuller, the quarterback. He's got number... He's going to take it left here. He's rolling, and he's being chased. Finally taken down, coming up short of the 50-yard line there.
Well, he was almost caught in the backfield, but he was able to break that tackler off and was able to gain 2 or 3 yards on the carry. So doing a good job there to outrun his tacklers to get a couple yards.
Looked like Chris Haley was in on the play, number 36 for the Raiders. So to bring up a second down and about 7 for MSJ. 12 seconds left here, first quarter of action. The Mounties 7 and the Raiders 8. Okay, Fuller rolls right, and he's going to keep it. He's at the 45. Another flag down on the play.
Yeah.
Fuller had broken into Raider territory and finally ran out of bounds, and not sure what the call is here, Mike. Clipping against the Mounties. Yeah.
And that'll put him back around the 40-yard line. Tough break there for the Mounties. Certainly working on a good drive there, Mark. And this is going to be stopped short. And
definitely had a good drive going, and it's 4 seconds left on the clock here in the first quarter of play. So that's going to push the MSJ back. It'll bring the ball back into Mountie territory, and it's going to be just about the 43-yard line.
don't see any time left on the clock at all. Must be they're using the referee's time there on the field, I'm assuming.
Must have a couple of seconds left here.
I would think so, although they're moving the down markers.
Okay, Fuller looks, and he fires, and he's going to be short. Number 41 out there for the Mounties, Jeff Brisbane, the intended receiver.
Almost intercepted by well, I say almost intercepted. It was short, but almost in the hands of Jason Irish, number 28. So this is going to end the first quarter.
That'll do it for the first quarter of play.
Okay, folks, we're back here at St. Peter's Field where the MSJ Mountie freshmen are hosting the Rutland Raider freshmen. The score is 8-7 Rutland, and we are just starting the second quarter. Got Mike Clutie along with Mark Carbonneau, and we got Brian Mayhew on the cameras along with Rick Fleming down on the field giving you the close-up slow-mos. And handoff to number 23 from MSJ, Matt Hayward, and Matt gets about 2 yards on the carry. That gives him 4th and about 6 or 7. I think they're going to have to punt here, Mark.
Well, up to this point, the Mounties have done a pretty good job offensively. Hayward getting the call there quite a bit this afternoon in that backfield. I haven't seen number 30. I believe it was Mike Esposito there, was injured earlier in the first quarter. He hasn't been back out on the field.
Yeah, he's sitting over there on the bench right now. It looks like they're taking a close look at him with his shoulder pads off. Okay, MSJ has 4th and about 8, so they're going to punt. Number 23 back to punt, Matt Hayward. Back for Rutland Deep is number 32. Jacob Conway, and it's going to be short, shanked off to the right. It's going to bounce by Jake and roll just about on the 25-yard line of Rutland, and Rutland will take over. 1st and 10.
Well, I think Jacob had a notion there to pick up that ball there, had it bounced the right way, but
well, smart play. I mean, that was. Excuse me.
Oh, on the sidelines, right? There's Mike Esposito there. Looks like he's going to be
out maybe
done for the day. Yep.
Don't see him putting his pad. Although I see him putting his pads on there. He wants into this game bad. Don't kid yourself. Okay, folks, we got 1st and 10 on the 25-yard line. Rutland with the ball. Number 12, Chad Galliano, making the calls. He gets caught, a fumble on the play, and it's an MSJ recovery.
Johnny Babb on the recovery.
Couldn't tell who it is.
Mike. Like.
John Babb? Yes, number 59, John Babb on the recovery. Nice work there by John Babb. And MSJ takes over on the Rutland 15-yard line with 1st and 10.
Mounties in good shape here, Mike. Big turnover here.
Yeah, this was a biggie. Okay, number 8, Greg Fuller, taking the calls for Rutland. Hands off to 23, and he just bowls. Again, that's Matt Hayward on the carry. Matt gets about 9 yards, if not 10. Yeah, he gets the 1st down, and they're going to have 1st and goal on the Rutland 5-yard line. Well,
again, Hayward doing the bulwark here now. Now that the Mounties have lost Esposito here in the running back slot, and doing a fine job for MSJ this afternoon.
Okay, MSJ coming up over the ball. Greg Fuller, number 8, calling the shots. We got 3 men split wide right for MSJ. And Fuller's going to take it out around the end, and touchdown, MSJ.
Well, that was a pretty play. Greg Fuller just took it right and rambled into the end zone, and he wasn't going to be denied.
Nice run by Greg Fuller to put MSJ up 13-8 here with 9:40 left in the first quarter. Well, you almost had to know they were gonna punch one across there. They had the momentum, Greg or Matt, Mark, with that turnover, and they were deep inside the Rutland territory. Okay, MSJ going for the extra point. Number 21 doing the kicking. And that was McGregor Chadwick on the boot, and that puts MSJ up 14-8 with 9:40 left in the second quarter. We're going to take a break. Okay, folks, we're back here at St. Peter's Field where the MSJ Mountie freshmen lead the Rutland Raider freshmen 14-8 with about a 10-yard run by Greg Fuller to bring the Mounties up here with 9:40 left in the second quarter. MSJ starting to kick off, number 21, McGregor Chadwick kicking, and the boot to number 33, I believe, or is that 32, Mark? I couldn't. 33.
Yep. Johnny Watson there.
Yep.
Flags again. I don't know.
Well, that was definitely a face mask. I saw Watson's head just go straight back towards the opposite end zone. So that's they'll probably walk off 15 yards against MSJ on that one.
Well, I got a feeling this game is going to go back and forth here, Mike. We see some good talent out here on both sides, and both teams being able to take advantage of each other's mistakes. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Rutland will eventually they'll get into the groove, and this is going to be a dogfight here this afternoon, where these two teams, to me, look somewhat evenly matched, and we'll see what happens. Okay, 15-yard penalty is going to be walked off against MSJ, and no, I believe looks like they're going back to offsetting penalties.
Okay.
Sorry. Okay, I didn't see the call on Rutland, so we're going to have another kickoff here. Number 32, Jacob Conway back deep for Rutland, and McGregor Chadwick doing the kicking for MSJ. Okay, and they're off. 9:34 left in the second quarter. This game seems to be going kind of slow, Mark, doesn't it?
Well, it does.
A lot of penalties. It's going to be like an onside kick. It's going to be short.
It's going to be tough to handle, but
heads up play. I believe that was number 23. We'll see when he gets up off the ball. Yeah, it's number 23, yeah. Jacob Feinberg, or yeah, Jobin Feinberg.
Well, that's a good play by Feinberg covering that ball there. He's the up man there back there, just in front of Conway on those kickoffs, and he did a good job recovering it.
Okay, now Rutland's going to take over on their MSJ. No, on their own 40-yard line, as I look down in the field, with 1st and 10. Number 12, Chad Galliano, making the calls here for Rutland. Number 55 doing the hiking for Rutland, Brian Pitnello. One man split wide left here for Rutland. Handoff to number 38 for Rutland, Jason Hochberg, and he gets just, see where they mark it here. The ball started rolling away. I couldn't tell. Just to the line of scrimmage. Nothing on that one.
Well, again, the Mountie Lion doing the job here so far this afternoon. Again, cutting the Raider ground game down, Mike.
Okay, Rutland's going to have 2nd and 10. Again, on their own 40-yard line. Pitnello comes up over the ball with Chad Galliano. Making the calls. Handoff to 32. He's taken out of bounds about the 45-yard line. Again, nice run by Jacob Conway. Gets about 6 yards on the carry.
Well, Jake trying to turn the corner there. Had he turned the corner, he had plenty of daylight there, but
timeout Rutland.
Picked up a good gain just the same.
And we're going to take a break. Okay, folks, we're back here at St. Peter's Field where the Mounties lead the Raiders. This is freshman football, 14-8, and Rutland has 3rd and about 3 on their own 46-yard line. Critical 3rd down here for Rutland to keep this thing going, Mark. Hand off to Conway. Conway breaks one tackle, starts breaking outside, and he's taken down about the 45-yard line of MSJ, and he gets Rutland another 1st down. Nice run by Conway.
That's a tough run there by Jake. Looked like he was stopped there once or twice, and just kept on, stayed on his feet, and worked it out, picked up a 1st down for the Raiders, a big one too.
Yeah, that was certainly a critical 3rd down for Rutland. You know, to keep the momentum going, to keep them into this game, and now they're about the 44-yard line of MSJ, 1st and 10. Chad Galliano making the calls here for Rutland. He pitches out again to Conway. Conway fumbles, and it's picked up by number 23 from MSJ, and another turnover. That's Matt Hayward.
Well, Matt pouncing right on that ball. He did a good job there and gave the Mounties the ball right back, and they're in business again, Mike.
Well, that pitch is a dangerous play.
Oh, it is.
It always is. You know, that ball is out there free floating, and if it's not right in the hands, and you could be in trouble. And that certainly spelled trouble for Rutland, as they were certainly on a good roll here.
Well, you can see it developing. He looked like he was going to have trouble with it. He just kind of floated it out, and like you said, it's tough to handle sometimes.
Well, it was up kind of high near his shoulder, so okay, MSJ has the ball on their on the Rutland 45-yard line with 1st and 10, and it's going to be a handoff to number 23, Matt Hayward, and Matt gets about 4 or 5 yards on the carry.
Well, Hayward looks like he's going to be the workhorse here this afternoon, Mike. Pretty much getting most of the ground game here.
Yeah. Hayward on the MSJ side, and Jacob Conway on the Rutland side are doing the bulk of the running here for these two teams. MSJ comes up to the line. They've got a 2nd and about 5. 3 men split left for MSJ, and Fuller's going to take it himself. Flag's coming on the play. He breaks about 2 tackles. Breaks another tackle, and he's brought down about the 10-yard line of Rutland. Usually it's holding or clipping, Mark.
Well, it's a shame because it was an excellent run by Greg Fuller. He just weaving in and out there and picking up a lot of yardage for the Mounties. Unfortunately, it's going to come back against them.
Yeah, they're talking to the Rutland captain there, and a break for Rutland. I guess they needed one after that fumble. And it's going to be a clipping on MSJ, and that ball is going to come back around between the 40 and 45-yard line. Certainly, penalties and turnovers are the making a difference here in this game. Certainly, they're evening out here off and on, Mark, too. You know,
yes, they
roll the ball up. MSJ has a big run. And ends up with a big penalty. So
well, it's keeping the game close. That's for sure.
Close. Yeah. I'm glad it's not all one-sided, where all the breaks were going for one team or the other, and that would certainly be a blowout at this point.
It's consistent.
Yeah. Okay, we got a 2nd and about 15 on the Rutland 48-yard line, or I should say MSJ 48-yard line, and Fuller starts off left or right, and he's taken out of bounds here about the 50-yard line, possibly the Rutland 49. And MSJ is going to have a 3rd and long.
A lot of real estate picked up by Fuller, but unfortunately it was laterally and not much going forward.
Yeah, Rutland was able to contain him that time, and certainly I found this true with freshman football. It gets a little bit better as they become JVs, and then certainly evens out as varsity, as they have a tough time containing the end around runs.
Definitely, Mike.
It's hard for them to stretch that play out. Okay, 3rd and about 13. Hand off to Esposito. Esposito breaks about 2 tackles.
Oh, he's back in.
Back in there again, and he's going to get about 6 or 7 yards for MSJ, but certainly not enough unless MSJ decides to go for it here with 4th and about 6. Esposito coming in. I don't know what coming in to relieve there, Matt Hayward, and
I don't know what kind of injury he had earlier, Mike, but he's back in. Not sure how long he'll be able to go, but that gives the Mounties a 1-2 punch between him and Hayward this afternoon.
Certainly does. Okay, Matt Hayward back to punt for MSJ, and number 32, Jacob Conway, back to receive for Rutland. Jake takes the pitch around the kick around the 20-yard line, and starting to make a good run here. He's about the 50, and he's brought down about the 48-yard line of Rutland.
That's a good return by Conway there. He had a full head of steam, and puts the Raiders in good shape. They're going to have the ball at right around the 50-yard line there. Somebody down on the field there, Mike.
That was about a 35-yard run for Jake. And you're right, there's an injured player on the field. It's a Rutland player right next to the sidelines. Couldn't tell tell who that was, Mark. Could you?
I'm not sure who it was, whether it was one of the linemen. I was looking right away for Conway. I see his number, so...
Well, he's moving his hands and his legs, so on their own 48-yard line. The score here, with 5 minutes left in the second quarter, MSJ 14 and Rutland 8. And number 8, Greg Fuller, making the calls here for Rutland. They got one man split wide left in the I formation. You're going to hand off to, wasn't able to see who that was. He gets about 3 yards on the carry. Wait till he gets uncovered here by the host of MSJ tacklers. Number 58, I believe, wasn't it?
68.
68.
Yeah. Rick Emmerich?
I don't have a 68.
Oh, I've got one here.
Do
It's Rick Emmerich. They got to list that as the tackle, no?
Well, he does have a, with a 68, and that doesn't surprise me. With a number 68, he probably has a dual role here with...
Well, after that formation, after the Raiders scored the touchdown, nothing really surprises me this afternoon, Mike.
The only reason I couldn't find 68 is I was looking at the wrong list here. I got to look at the Rutland list. There we go. Okay, pitch to Jake Conway, and Jake gets a first down to the MSJ 40-yard line.
Oh, Jake doing a nice job again there, picking up the first down for the Raiders. Looks like he's...
Look, again, he's injured.
He's down again.
Doesn't want to stay down, though. Almost seems like he got some fingers in the helmet, face mask. Looked like there were some hands up there high, so maybe got poked in the eye or something. He's shaking his head, but he's going to stick it out. He's going to have 1st and 10 on the Mounties 40-yard line. And timeout MSJ. We'll take a short break. Okay, we're back here, folks, at St. Peter's Field, where the MSJ Mounties lead the Rutland Raiders 14-8 with 3 minutes and 28 seconds left in the second quarter. Just had a timeout here, and Rutland's got 1st and 10 on the MSJ 40-yard line. Chad Galliano making the calls here for Rutland. One man in the backfield. And he's going to drop back and pass. It's going to be a pass to number 47 from Rutland. Robert Rumrell. And he's going to have a first down.
What?
There's kind of a drop pass out there, Mark.
Yeah, it was. Galliano just kind of floated it out there, and Rumrell doing a nice job on the reception. It's going to put the Raiders in good shape here.
Yeah, they're going to have 1st and 10 on the MSJ. I believe that's a 25-yard line. Rutland's coming up to the ball now. Number 77, Mike Stooley, doing the hiking here for Rutland. It's going to be a pitch to Conway. He's going to pick it up and go in the opposite direction, and he's going to be taken down for a loss about the 42-yard line.
Well, again, the Raiders having trouble with that pitch, Mike, like we've seen so far this afternoon.
Yeah. And that puts Rutland back to, I said, it's about the 31-yard line. No, 36-yard line, I'm sorry. And they're going to have 2nd in about 20 or so yards. About 21 yards. The 31, David Jeske in for, didn't see who came out.
I think the Raiders
got into play here for Rutland.
The Raiders got a new quarterback. I see Galliano going off the field. Yeah,
that's number 31. That was Dave Jeske. And he's going to drop back and pass. He's going to hit, or
well, I'll tell you,
intended receiver was number 88,
like
Bill McGarry.
Nice spiral there thrown by Jeske, and unfortunately couldn't hook up with McGarry, but...
And then Rutland's going to have 3rd and about 21. Certainly a critical 3rd down here for Rutland. If they're going to do anything here before the end of the half.
Well, they seem to punch, to dent that Mountie defense, and then all of a sudden a mistake cost us some yardage. So see what happens here.
They got Conway the backfield. And Rutland's going to have a penalty. And that's going to put them back around the 40-yard line. Closer to 41-yard line, so they're going to have third and about 30. 20, 25, 26, third and 26.
Well, another costly mistake by Rutland here this afternoon, Mike.
Yeah. Well, it needs to settle down here and start concentrating, you know, on the hike, and I'm sure that they can put things together. Okay, number 31, David Jeske taking the snap. It's going to be a handoff to number 17, Andrew Rasulo. There we go.
Well, Rasulo tried to take it right there, and nothing doing. The Mountie defense stepping up again here, and it's going to make it a fourth and.
Interesting to see if Rutland here with a minute and 41 seconds left in the half, if they'll punt. See number 23. I believe that's Feinberg. Yep. Timeout Rutland. And we're going to take a short break. Okay, folks, here we are at Mount St. Joseph Academy, St. Peter's Field in Rutland, where the MSJ Mountie freshmen are leading the Rutland Raider freshmen 14-8 with a minute 26 seconds left in the first half. Rutland has fourth in long yardage, over 30 yards, and they're going to punt. And it's going to be low, but it's going to be a nice punt by number 23, Jobin Feinberg, and it's going to roll right down to the Rutland or the MSJ 15-yard line. And
well, Feinberg doing a nice job there, getting the Raiders out of the hole, and it took a Raider bounce, Mike, and the Mounties will go to work deeper in their own territory.
Well, if Rutland can get out of this with only down by 6, I think they'll probably consider themselves lucky. You know, the ball has turned over a couple times. They need to go in and you know, take a break and decide what they're going to do here coming back in the second half.
Well, unfortunately, they had some nice drives started, and made some mistakes and coughed it up.
Just couldn't hang on to the ball. And I'm sure MSJ is going to do everything they can here, maybe the score before the end of the half. Hand off to Esposito up the middle. Esposito gets about 4 yards, or better yet, about 6 yards on the carry. And 44 seconds left in the first half. Okay, MSJ comes up over the ball. They're going to have second and about 4. Number 8, Greg Fuller, making the calls here for MSJ. Number 19, Matt Holland, carrying the ball for MSJ, and he gets a first down. And
well, Holland.
Oh, I say first down. Yes, it is. First down. First down MSJ on their own 25-yard line with 4 seconds left, 3 counting down, and there won't be another play in this half. MSJ doing a good job here in the first half, keeping that ball moving, playing a heads-up defense, causing some turnovers, and they lead in the first, going into the coming out of the first half, 14-8, and we're at St. Peter's Field, and we're gonna take a break here, folks, and we'll be back.
You're watching Channel 15, Rutland Region Community Television, your only source for local news, sports, and entertainment.
St. Peter's Field this afternoon, where it's freshman football. The Mounties of MSJ out in front of the Raiders from Rutland, 14-8 here at the half. Mark Carbonell along with Mike Kaludi, the cameramen Brian Mayhew and Rick Fleming doing the work down on the field. Mike, So far, the Mounties have had the breaks going their way.
They sure have, you know, and they've certainly turned them around to their benefit. And they lead in the ball game 14-8. So Rutland needs to figure out how they're gonna pitch off there to their running backs and hold on to that ball. It is a little cold, so you know, I can see where holding on to it could be tough, but I don't think that's the problem. It's still, they just can't seem to get that rhythm together, and they fumbled 2 or 3 times back there. So let's see if they correct that here in the second half.
Well, I tell you, it's a good day for football. It's a little chilly, but gee, the sun has been out a little while, and it's a good day.
Yep.
Field's in good shape, and I think the key here has been the Mounties being able to take advantage of the Rutland turnovers, and the penalties have certainly helped. And the running game for the Mounties has been right there this afternoon. The Raiders trying to get on track and doing some different things. Our cameraman here scanning around the field. He just
well, we got
Tom Haley.
Yeah,
We've got
we had head coach MSJ Brian Grady and Coach Tony Zingali, and we got who? Tom Haley, you said, Brian?
Mick Caligiuri is here, the junior varsity coach from Rutland. We might add that junior varsities from the Raiders. Oh, okay, we're getting ready here for the second half kickoff, and that's the Raiders kicking to the Mounties back here for MSJ number 23, Matt Hayward. Number 19 is Matt Howland, and number 21, McGregor Chadwick.
Nice boot. And it's
Hayward, trouble with it there at the beginning, and he's going to go down just about the Mountie 25-yard line.
Tackle by number 47, Robert Rumrill. That's a couple of tackles that Robert has made here. One nice tackle in the. I'm not saying that's the only 2 tackles he's had, but 2 hard tackles that he's had in this game. I remember seeing him once there in the first half.
Well, he's done a good job defensively for the Raiders this afternoon, and the Mounties here will go to work with a 1st and 10, just about the 27-yard line. Greg Fuller is the Mountie quarterback. In the backfield, he's got Matt Howland and number 30, Mike Esposito for the Mounties. Here, the deep pitch is back, and there's a fumble, and Raiders have it. Rutland will get the ball back, Mike. It's a big break there for the Raiders.
Big break for the Raiders. Real similar to the one that the Mounties recovered up here around the Rutland 20-yard line. You know, they pitched it out, couldn't get a handle on it, and Rutland takes over deep inside MSJ territory. Didn't see who did get the fumble recovery. Everything still happened sort of quickly. So
Rutland will go to work. They have the ball in Mountie territory, just about the 23-yard line. Quarterback in the Raiders is number 31, David Jeske. Pitch back to Jacob Conway for Rutland, and Jake is inside the Mountie 20-yard line.
Jake digs most of that out himself, breaks a couple tackles, and is brought down after a couple Mounties had a hold of him. But again, starting right off in this third quarter with the bulwark.
So the Raiders staying on the ground. It's a 2nd down and about 5 now. Hey, Jeske, the quarterback, he's got Conway and Watson in the backfield. The pitch to Conway. He's at the 15, 10, 5.
Conway following a couple of good blocks and takes it down inside the 5-yard line. Nice run by Jake.
Well, the Raiders in business here. They're knocking on the Mountie door, and the Raiders trail here 14-8 in third quarter of action. 10:01 left in the third quarter. David Jeske coming in at quarterback position there late in the second quarter, taking over for Galliano for the Raiders and engineering a drive right here. They've got Jobin Feinberg split left for the Raiders. Pitches to Conway, and well, he's not going to make it in.
No.
He stopped short of that goal line, Mike.
And I was just, the ball now has to cross the plane, and that's it. And it just seems like, you know, he had it there, but Mounties just held him about a foot short. As I can see the referees holding their hands up, possibly a foot and a half. And Jake just wasn't able to cross that plane.
So it's a 2nd and goal here for Rutland. Raiders trail in the game 14-8, 9:04 left, 3rd quarter of action. Okay, Feinberg split left. Watson and Conway are the backs. Looks like the give was to Conway, and he's going to come up short.
Yeah, still didn't make it across. He looks like
not sure who made the play.
Nothing up the middle there. I mean, there was just nothing there for him to go to, so he kind of rolled off to the right, and he turned his back, and a host of Mounties came up to meet him, fell short.
Okay, it's a 3rd and goal now for the Raiders. Okay, again, they've got Feinberg. Now he's going to be split right. Got Conway in the backfield along with Watson. And Jeske took it himself.
Nothing going again, Mark.
I'll tell you, that Mountie defense is doing a job there along the line.
MSJ doing a fantastic job of holding them here from scoring. You know, they're only about a foot and a half from the goal line, and certainly MSJ defense just coming to task here.
Okay, so it's a 4th and goal now for Rutland, and into the game is number 17 for the Raiders. That's Andrew Usulo. Feinberg is split left. Jeske barks him out. Deep pitch back to Conway, loses the ball.
Nice work by MSJ to come up and just stuff this Rutland run. I mean, they had 4 chances to punch it across there, and they tried it 3 times right up the middle, and MSJ just filled those holes, and Rutland just not able to punch it across there. Couldn't convert on that fumble, and MSJ is going to take over right there.
Well, that's a big play defensively, Mike. They just they stayed right there and took it to the Raiders, and now the Mounties will go to work offensively. 7:08 left here, 3rd quarter of play. Mounties on top, 14-8. Okay, Fuller, the quarterback. And Greg's going to keep it, and he gets the ball up over the 10-yard, close to the 10-yard line. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 8 for MSJ. Coming in is number 23, Matt Hayward, and coming out, number 19, Matt Holland for the Mounties.
To sort of woke Rutland up a little bit there. They need to, I mean, I think they were so close that they just figured they had it, and 2 or 3 different types of plays, and they just couldn't punch it in. And MSJ certainly comes up to
okay, it's a second down now. Fuller the handoff to number 23. That's Hayward on the carry for the Mounties. Well, a tough break for the Raiders. They had a nice drive going there, Mike, and coming up short, the Mountie defense doing an excellent job to stop the Raider drive and turn things around. That'll bring up a 3rd and about 3 for MSJ now. Hayward coming out of the game for the Mounties.
Rutland seems to be digging in this this series here on defense to you know, to try to keep the Mounties contained here and possibly get into some good field position. Big 3rd down play for MSJ here.
Okay, Greg Fuller, the quarterback. Hand off to Esposito.
Nice tackle by number 86 or 66?
66 there for the Raiders.
It's Ryan McGuire.
So it brings up a 4th and 2, and the Raiders, or the Mounties, are be kicking it away. Good job defensively by the Raiders that time.
They came up and you know, they dug in and said to themselves, well, you know, they had to do something here. They coughed the ball up here on the 1-yard line, so Defense did a real good job this time.
Okay, Hayward doing the booting for MSJ. Back deep for the Raiders is Jake Conway. Hayward gets the boot away, and Conway will take it on his, he gets to the 30, and it looks like he's rumbled out of bounds just about the 25-yard line of MSJ, and that's where the Raiders will go to work.
Surprised that Jake didn't call a fair catch there, but he didn't, and he gains about 6 or 7 yards there on that return, so...
well, kind of a dangerous play, but
sure
Raiders fortunate enough there. They'll go to work 1st and 10 deep in Mountie territory. The Raiders last time down in MSJ territory came up short, and they had to give the ball back to the Mounties. Now, David Jeske, quarterback in the Raiders. Conway is the lone setback here. There's the pitch, and Conway takes it at the, now he stops, reverses his field, and he's still on his feet. Well, Jake started to go left and then cut back to the right, and we've got a flag on the play.
Right there on the play. He didn't see any running room. He knew he was going to run out of room there at the sidelines, and he just turned around and headed back in the opposite direction. He was able to pick up about, well, I see the flag now. It's moving back there. There's about 5 yards on the carry. Looks like it's going to be against MSJ.
Well, that's a break for the Raiders right there.
Yeah, it sure is.
Move it in closer, and it'll bring up a, well, let's see where they spot it here. Just about the 10-yard line.
That was a personal foul against MSJ.
So the Raiders were the first down here. Jeske, the quarterback. Conway is the lone setback for the Raiders. Pitch to Conway. And I don't know if...
couldn't tell from here just who's on the tackle, but again, they're working with that dangerous pitch.
Seems to be the order of the day, I guess.
Sure does.
Not
Well,
much.
they're having a tough time. They were having a tough time that last series right up the middle against MSJ. MSJ's just filling those holes. So,
yes, they are. They're doing an excellent job defensively.
So certainly they're trying their luck again. I mean, that's where they've been able to make yardage on MSJ is around the ends. But nothing that time. 2nd
and goal here for the Raiders. Jeske's the quarterback. Raiders going with a full house backfield now in the handoff. Conway stopped at the line and then lunges forward.
Kind of jumps around, you know. He finds some room and he jumps back. He's doing some nice jogging back and forth. Certainly, you know, is there.
Here, the ball inside the. Well, there's a timeout on the field.
Yep.
Okay, back at St. Peter's Field, it's freshman football. The Raiders deep in Mountie territory, driving here. They're trailing in the game 14-8 here at this point. 2:37 left, 3rd quarter of action. Jeske is the quarterback for the Raiders. Hand off to Conway. And nothing doing, I'll tell you.
Well, I'll tell you what's happening, Mark, is MSJ's just keen on Conway. You know, they've got a couple men covering him, and at this point, Rutland has, you know, that's where they've been going to. That's been their go-to guy. And Rutland's going to have to mix it up here if they're going to penetrate against MSJ, because they're just going to key on Conway at this point.
Mountie defense again rising to the occasion, and it brings up a 4th down now for Rutland. Coming up on 2 minutes left in the 3rd quarter here. Okay, Jeske, the quarterback, he's got Feinberg split left. Rolls back, and he wants to throw. He's got, ball goes incomplete. He's looking for Jake Conway there for the Raiders. And the Mounties once again take over.
Okay, again, the Mounties turn it around here. They stopped Rutland twice deep inside their own territory, once on the 1 yard line and again on about the 6 yard line. And certainly MSJ defense coming up and taking over here, Mark, doing a fine job.
Well, they're doing an excellent job there. They're staying home and they're reading the Raider offense. They're doing a real good job snuffing out the play. Like you said, they're Conway. They're the
Well, at this point, Conway is about the only one that's been carrying the ball. So, you know, if he's the only guy who's going to carry it, then all they got to do is just put a man or two on him, and they're not going to go anywhere.
Okay, Fuller with the pitch back to Hayward, still on his feet. And Matt's going to get up over the 15-yard line, give the Mounties some breathing room out there. They'll have it, I don't know, it's close to a first down there, Mike.
Nice run by Matt. Nice run.
Looks like it's going to, oh, they're going to measure here.
Yeah. Thought it had to be awful close to a first down there.
That looks like they got it. That was going to be inches short. So the Mounties looking at a second and short. They're leading in the game 14-8. We've got 1:38 left. Mike, you wonder how many chances the Raiders are going to get here this afternoon.
Yeah, well, they certainly had a couple of good chances here, but certainly not able to convert. Mounties take over deeper in their own territory, but they've got the ball. They stopped the touchdown.
Hey, Greg Fuller, the quarterback, number 41 is Jeff Brisbane, and he's split left.
Fuller gets the first down for him, doesn't he, Mark? I believe.
Yeah, it's another first down for the Mounties, and it's again they're keeping the ball on the ground and doing a nice job here driving against that Raider defense. 1:09 left in the third quarter. Okay, the Mounties with Esposito and Hayward in the backfield. The quarterback, Greg Fuller. And the pitch goes to Hayward. And it's a fumble picked up by 41. 45, 50, 45, 40, 35, and finally taken down from behind at the 30-yard line of Rutland. Number 41, Jeff Brisbane. The ball was fumbled, picked it up, and he rambled down there, and he's going to be deep in Raider territory. That was kind of a strange play, Mike.
Heads-up play by Jeff. He just picks that ball up, and there was just nobody around him, and he just trots down the field. Look, we've got an injured player on the field back here on the 20-yard line. I believe it's an MSJ player. Yeah, it was right. It was a broken play in that the ball just kind of dropped right there and was waiting for somebody to pick it up. And Jeff, instead of falling on it,
well, it took a Mountie bounce.
It took a bounce towards him, so it was right there in front of him. So he just picks it up and trots down the field with it.
Talking about being in the right place at the right time.
Yep.
Mounties with a big break there, and they're going to have it first and 10 deep in Raider territory. Not really sure who the injured player is out there.
No, I didn't see a number. We're going to take a short break, I guess.
Back here at St. Peter's Field, the Mounties of MSJ with a 14-8 lead over the Rutland High Red Raiders this afternoon's freshman football game. Number 23, injured player for the Mounties, Matt Hayward, helped to his feet by the Mountie coaching staff. Looks to be okay.
I think Matt was on that, had the ball in that last carry, and well, probably got hammered right there at the line of scrimmage and ended up coughing up the ball. And then Jeff Brisbane picks it up and runs it down to the Rutland 40, ready at the 31-yard line. And certainly MSJ in good field position now, Matt.
Definitely, Mike. Mounties again knocking on the door here. Let's see if the Raiders can step it up defensively here and create a turnover for themselves. Raiders definitely have had the opportunities this afternoon there twice. First part of the third quarter, they had some scoring opportunities and just couldn't capitalize on it. The Mountie defense doing a terrific job out there this afternoon.
They certainly were. Certainly plugging up those holes in the middle, containing those end around runs, and now they got the ball back here.
Okay, Fuller with the quarter handoff going to Mike Esposito, number 30 there for the Mounties. We got about 10 seconds left here in the third quarter. Esposito driving inside the Raider 30-yard line. He's at about the 26. That's going to do it for the third quarter. So the score at the end of 3 is MSJ 14 and Rutland 8.
Okay, we're back here, folks, at St. Peter's Field, where the Mounties lead the Raiders 14-8. It's Mike Clutie along with Mark Carbonneau, our cameraman Brian Mayhew and Rick Fleming down on the sidelines taking the close-up. MSJ's got second and about 5. Fuller rolls out to the right, and he's going to have the first down inside the Raider 20-yard line.
Well, I'll tell you, Greg Fuller's got some speed. I know his dad, Mike Fuller, going back to the early 60s, about the mid-60s there. His dad played ball for the academy here, Mike, and he had some good speed in there coming out of the backfield.
Fuller doing a lot of the running here this afternoon, along with you know, their other two halfbacks, and certainly spreading the yardage amongst the three of them.
Well, they're doing a good job offensively here. They're mixing it up, and they're taking it right to the Raiders. Well,
MSJ is going to have third and about 1. They're on about the Rutland 20-yard line, possibly 21-yard line. And again, Fuller's going to take it of himself. He may run out of room before he gets to the line of scrimmage. He does. I think he's taken back about 2 yards or so, and they're going to have fourth and about 2 or 3.
Well, they did a good job eluding the Raider defense.
But Rutland coming up and certainly stopping that. I mean, if they had gotten that first down, certainly put Rutland in tough position.
Well, the Raiders will have a chance. They'll get the ball back and go on offense, and still plenty of time left.
Yeah, this game is far from over. Hopefully Rutland can adjust and make a ball game out of this here in the fourth quarter. Okay, MSJ has fourth and about 3 on the Rutland 20-yard line. And MSJ is stopped right there on the Rutland 30-yard line.
Well, Jason Hodgeberg for the Raiders came up and forced the ball carrier to turn back in the inside, and then the Raiders came up defensively and nailed him right there. So good job by the Raider defense that time around.
And Rutland's going to take over on their own 30-yard line with 1st and 10. Break here for Rutland. I mean, they came up, they played good defense that time, and got the ball back there for their offensive squad. Certainly going to give them plenty of time here to work this ball here in the fourth quarter. Okay, number 31, David Jeske, in making the calls here for Rutland. He's got Jacob Conway in the backfield, and the handoff is to number 31 this time. Yes, okay, I'm sorry. Here, I'm trying to look at I'm trying to find the numbers here. I didn't see that. That was Jeske on the run. He makes about 8 yards on the carry.
Well, David doing a nice job pushing it out there and picking up some tough yards there for the Raiders. And
well, they need to mix it up a little bit here because, like we said earlier, MSJ is just keying on Conway, and
that's basically it, right?
Yep. Okay, Rutland has second and about 2. And a pitch out to Conway. Conway gets one block and breaks a couple tackles, and he's going to get dragged down.
Well, Jacob, he earned all of that, that's for sure.
He's going to get up real slow, but he is going to get up. He might crawl back to the huddle, but he will not leave the field. Okay, Rutland will have 1st and 10 on their own 46-yard line. And Conway having a good run that time.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what the Raiders do here, Mike. You mentioned that they need to really mix it up and do some different things here on this drive to get into the end zone again.
Split wide left for Rutland is number 88, Bill McGarry. Hand off to Conway again, and he's met by 2 or 3 MSJ tacklers and gets taken back about 4 yards.
Well, now that's the second time. That's the second call that Jake has got, and there you are.
Yeah.
Somebody's looking for it.
Somebody's going to stick right with Jake probably through this quarter, and Rutland may have to come up with something else here to open up that those runs there for Jake, you know.
Well, they've been reluctant to pass. We've seen just about one pass. They did complete it, and we haven't seen anything since then.
Okay, Rutland has second and about 14 on their own 41-yard line. And they're going to go to the air to number 47.
There it is.
He's taken down at about the 35-yard line.
Well, it's
That's Robert Rumrell. And again, that's the same pass that they had, I think it was around the, well, late in the first quarter, wasn't it, Mark?
Yes, it was. Yep.
Yeah.
Had a little look-in pass there, Mike, and they gained some nice yardage out.
Well, you know, a couple more like that, and that'll open it up in the middle there for Conway. Nice reception by Robert Rumrell. I believe that's how it's pronounced, Rumrell. Yep. Robert playing tight end. And handoff to Conway again. And he digs out about 5 yards.
Well, I tell you, Mike Esposito had a hold of his jersey, and if he hadn't, it would have been 6 points there for Jake Conway.
Yeah, he had plenty of room there, but you're right. Esposito had right hold of his shirt, and he wasn't going to let go. And Rutland will have second and about 6 on the MSJ 30-yard line. Number 31, David Jeske, calling the plays here for Rutland. Conway in the backfield. They have 3 men split wide left. And Conway's going to take it wide. And he's going to be just short of the first down. And they're going to have third and about a yard.
Coming up to make the stop, there was Joe Lane for the Mounties.
Again, Rutland depending on the running of Jake Conway. And certainly doing a good job out here for Rutland. We're 25 coming in for Rutland. David Savage. And Rutland have a third and about 2. Big play here for Rutland.
Well, still plenty of time, 7 minutes left, so.
It's time to hand off to number 38, Jason Hochberg, and I believe he gets the first down.
It's going to be close.
It looks like he's right on the yard marker. And no, they're going to call for a measurement. And they're going to bring the chain gang out here. I don't believe they got it. No, they're going to be short about 6 inches. And they're going to have 4th and inches here on
this
the
is
MSJ 25-yard line.
This is probably will be the biggest play of this game, probably, Mike.
Well, they're certainly in a situation down at the goal line of MSJ, and MSJ able to fill the holes and not allow them. We'll see what happens here. It's certainly a big down here for Rutland in order to keep this ball moving with 6 minutes and 55 seconds left in the game. David Jeske making the calls. He's going to hand off to Conway, and Conway is going to break a couple tackles, and he's going to have first down on the MSJ 20-yard line.
Well, again, Conway doing it all on his own there. He got through the line and cut it to the right and picked up the first down to keep the Raider drive going.
And Rutland's going to have first and 10 on the MSJ 20.
Well, what the Raiders need to do here is just to play mistake-free and penalty-free and just keep the drive going here, and they should hit pay dirt.
Well, it's notice here in this last quarter and part of the third quarter is there has been less penalties anyways. They're going to pitch out to Conway. Conway's going to take it inside, and he's going to get about, well, I don't know if he's going to get back to the yard line of scrimmage or not.
Well, I tell you, he's like a magnet. As soon as he gets the ball, the Mountie defense is just all over him. They're swarming.
He gets about 2 yards on the carry, and they're going to have second and about 8.
3 more, guys! 3 more!
Number 82 coming in for Rutland. I don't believe we have an 82, do we? Do you have an 82?
I don't have one either.
Not sure who number 82 is, but he's going to be split wide left. Number 25, David Savage in the slot. Conway alone in the backfield. And they're going to go back and pass, and Jeske's going to be taken down in the backfield for a loss of about 6 yards.
Well, Charlie Adams for the Mounties came up with a big play there defensively, Mike, and took Dave Jeske for a loss. So it's going to bring up a 3rd and long here. It's 3rd and about 16.
Bill McGarry in for number 82. Yeah, it's going to be tough here for Rutland. They need to convert on this one. Only 5 minutes left in the game, behind 14 to 8. Jeske bringing him up over the ball. He's going to drop back and pass again. He's going to go to Conway this time. Conway gets a block. It looks like he may be just inside the 5. Touchdown, and there's a flag on the play, Mark.
Yep, hold the phone here. I don't know if that's going to be...
Nice run by Jake Conway.
Face mask, I think, Mike. Oh, looks like the preliminary indication looks like it's against MSJ. I'm not sure.
I see Rutland clapping their hands, so touchdown stays, and Rutland jumps ahead.
Well,
here at the 4 minutes and 42 seconds. Well, I say jumps ahead. No, it's actually tied, 14-14.
Big play there, Mike, by the Raiders. Well, the big play man this afternoon. There's that formation again.
Yeah.
Get over there!
Well,
now they're going to go back. Possibly timeout, timeout Rutland.
Well, they had that funny formation.
Jake Conway calls timeout. I think he noticed that the clock may have been running down. Okay, we're back here, folks, at St. Peter's Field, where the the MSJ Mounties are hosting the Rutland Raiders, and Jacob Conway just runs about 20 yards for a touchdown and ties it up for Rutland. And we got a 14-14 ball game here with 4:42 left in the 4th quarter.
Mike,
nice run by Jake there, Mark. I thought he was going to step out of bounds, but he made it.
Well, he was able to make it into the end zone, and what's going to be interesting here to see what the Raiders do, whether they're going for the 2 points or
Now, do you know if they kick extra points? I'm not sure if they do or not.
I'm not sure if they have this year. Well, they're going for 2, so.
Yep. Well, I'll give you 3 guesses who the ball is going to go to.
Well,
and
there
it goes to Jake, and he trips up. And that leaves the game tied here, 14-14 with 4:42 left in the ball game.
Unfortunately, Jake lost his footing. He knew what he wanted to do, go to that left side, and I think he would have made it in, but tough break there.
Well, it's right down the middle of the field, and there's it's kind of muddy there, and they had fairly good footing in the whole game, and that's about the only time, maybe once before, I saw them trip up or slip in the mud. So that certainly hasn't been a factor. Well, we got a tie ball game here, folks. Okay, folks, we're back here at St. Peter's Field, where the MSJ Mounties are hosting the Rutland Raiders, and it's a tie ball game with 4:42 left. Mike colluding along with Mark Carbonneau, and Mark, nice run by. Forget the cameraman. I'm sorry.
Gotta get them in there.
Brian Mayhew here in the camera sitting between us, and Rick Fleming down the field giving us the close-up shots and the slow-mos. And number 8 picks up the ball for MSJ, Greg Fuller. And Fuller is able to pull outside and gets down to the Rutland, or better yet, the MSJ 41-yard line.
Well, that's a good return by Greg Fuller. Picked it up on the hop and just headed down the left sidelines, Mike, and puts the Mounties in good shape here, good field position.
Certainly made something out of nothing. And I see the referees talking there. I was wondering if there's a flag on a play, but I don't see a flag. Do you, Mark?
No, I don't see. There's a little discussion down there as to what they're talking about. I really don't know, but
possibly maybe Fuller had his knee down on the play.
Well, they're pointing.
Well, we'll find out sooner or later here.
They're pointing back to the spot where Greg Fuller took the ball, and now they're.
I don't believe he had his knee went down, but.
Okay, inadvertent whistle, I think, is the call.
So they either got to take the ball back where
he started, or
take
it over.
Take it over. Well, tough call for MSJ. That certainly would have put them in good field position here, but looks like Rutland's going to be kicking off again to MSJ. I believe the call was a quick whistle, folks. That means that one referee blew the whistle before the play was actually dead out here. And MSJ had a choice of either taking the kickoff again or taking the ball back where Greg Fuller picked it up. So they elected to take the kickoff, Mark. So
well, they're going to try it again.
Well,
you never know. You might get a break there, Mike.
Yeah, that's true.
Hard to say.
Fuller and Holland back to receive here for MSJ. Number 38, I believe, doing the kicking, or 36. Yes, number 36 for Rutland.
Yeah, Chris Haley doing the kicking.
And again, Fuller picks it up. He's at the 45, the 40, and he's taken down around the 40-yard line.
Looks like there's a flag on the other side, Mike. I don't know whether that's just to spot the ball or whether it's a penalty.
It is a flag. Just a note here, Brian Pitnello on the tackle here for Rutland. And clipping on MSJ, and that's going to put MSJ back around the 35-yard line. A bit closer to the 20. Yeah, it's about the 25-yard line. And tough break again. Can't seem to get away from the bad breaks here to start off their next series.
Well, I tell you, if they had taken the ball the first time around, they would have taken it right there just about the 25-yard line also. So they really didn't gain anything by having the kickoff the second time around.
No. We may end up running out of light before we run out of time here tonight,
really?
Mark. Getting dark early, as I mentioned earlier. It seemed like the game was just kind of dragging out. So, okay, MSJ is going to take over on their own 25-yard line, 1st and 10. Number 8, calling the shots for MSJ, Greg Fuller. He's going to run off to the left. He's going to take an inside cut and taken down by the shirt tails.
Well, that was a heck of a run by Fuller there, picking up, looks like close to another Mountie first down there, Mike.
Certainly, yeah. He certainly has the first down. Again, Greg doing a nice job of running the ball. Okay, and MSJ is going to have 1st and 10 on their own 41-yard line. 41-yard line. Oh yeah, 39, I'm sorry.
Well, like you said, it's getting dark here, so.
Right. Okay, Fuller bringing him up over the ball. You got Esposito in the back field, and he's going to take him himself. He's going to get caught from behind. Well, who that was? I believe that was number 47.
Yeah, that was
Robert Rumrell
doing a good job defensively again for the Raiders this afternoon.
And they're going to have 2nd and 10.
Well, the Raiders would love nothing better to do to get that ball back here with another shot at with a second and 10 for the Mounties. You wonder though whether they're going to run out of daylight here.
Yeah, it certainly is getting dark. We got 2 minutes and 50 seconds left. And the clock is running. I don't think they'll play overtime in the dark. Of course, we could move up to Alumni Field, maybe. Okay, 2nd and 10. And it's a pass out to number 19.
Well, it was intended for Matt Holland, but here again, it's it's tough to see out there. It's
well, that ball, unless it gets up high, it's gonna be tough to see.
No, it'll blend right in, and unfortunately, couldn't find the handle on it. So.
Some discussion about the play. I'm not sure just...
I'm not sure if one of the officials blew the whistle before the play or after the play or what.
Well, the clock has stopped anyways, so...
Put the ball back where it started.
We got... audience here getting into the play calling, and there's a little discussion going on down at the 35-yard line, and we'll see what transpires here.
It looks like the
Well, shouldn't it be? It was an incomplete pass, wasn't it? So
right,
it should be
incomplete
third
pass,
and about
so it
8.
should be third and about 8 yards, right?
Now, I don't know what the discussion was.
Well, they've still got second down on the marker over there, Mike. I don't know what exactly what the story is here.
Well, we're back here anyways, folks.
They did put some time.
2:29 left on the clock. And MSJ's got second and about 9. And
Fumble. Looks like the Raiders got it back, Mike.
There's not enough light out there to see what's going on there.
Let's see who gets off the pile. There's 62, maybe? 68 for
68.
Rutland. Rick Emmerich coming up with a big fumble recovery. So Raiders will have one last shot here,
Yep.
it looks like.
2 minutes and 22 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. The score is tied 14-14 if you join us late, and we'll try to take you through what's going on. If you can't see it on your TV sets, we may have a tough time seeing it ourselves. Rutland has 1st and 10 on their on the MSJ, I believe it's 38-yard line. And they're going to, whoa, they pitched it out to number
Well, I'll tell you.
touchdown save by number 32. But that was number, I didn't get the number from MSJ.
Well, that's the strangest play I've ever seen, Mike.
Well, they meant to pitch it out to Jake Conway, and
Trying to get the number there. Who was that for the Mounties? Number 20 is Luke Bauman.
okay, Luke Bauman just picked it out of the air, but they tried to pitch it off to Jake Conway, and MSJ is going to take over on the Rutland 30-yard line with 1 minute and 56 seconds left, and there's a timeout on the field.
Coach Brian Grady down there talking to the Mountie contingent, Mike, and be interesting to see what the play is here with 1:56 left.
Well, this is, believe me, this will not get called by darkness with only 1 minute 56 left, but it's certainly tough to see the ball. If we were playing baseball, we'd probably stop by now, wouldn't we, Mark?
Oh, we'd be long done by now.
Right.
Supper's on the stove.
This is football, and the football isn't thrown hard enough to hurt you, so they're going to continue to play here with the score 14-14 with 1 minute 56 seconds left.
You know what? It looked like the Raiders had a shot here at winning this thing, and then all of a sudden the Mounties are right back in business. So it's been that kind of a game all day here.
Now we'll see what Rutland can do for defense and what MSJ is going to mix up here for offense. Chances are they'll keep it on the ground. Greg Fuller up over the ball. He's going to drop back. Surprise me. He's going to go to the air. And touchdown, MSJ.
Well, I'll tell you.
Number 41 from MSJ.
Jeff Brisbane looked like he made the reception, Mike.
Yeah, Jeff Brisbane. And MSJ jumps ahead 20-14 with 1 minute 49 seconds left in the ball game. Nice pass from Fuller to Brisbane.
Boy, I'll tell you.
It was about a 30-yard pass. And
going for the extra point now. Mounties are 1 man short, it looks like, Mike.
Well, comes number 63 in for MSJ, Josh Butler. And they're going to try to boot. And I believe it's going to be short to the right. And Rutland will, or MSJ scores here late in the fourth quarter. And they're ahead 20-14 with 1 minute 49 left in the game.
Well, I'll tell you, there's one for the record books, huh?
Okay, folks, we're back here at St. Peter's Field, and MSJ is ready to kick off the Rutland with a score 20-14 with 1 minute 49 left in the ball game.
Well, the Raiders.
Nice touchdown pass from Fuller to Brisbane here, Mark, and that puts put MSJ up here a few minutes, half a minute ago, and
Well,
quite a turn of events.
It was. The Raiders looked like they were going to put a drive together there late in the game, and with the go-ahead score, and all of a sudden the Mounties got a break there on the pitch out, and ended up putting together a nice scoring drive, and they're right back in the driver's seat now.
Yeah, as you can tell, folks, we're playing here in the dark. Okay, Rutland's got 1st and 10 on their own 40-yard line, and we're going to have a tough time calling numbers and plays. I think that was a pitch out to
that's Conway.
Conway,
right,
and Conway is going to be taken down. He's going to go in the air.
Oh, I couldn't even see that. I don't imagine his receivers saw it either.
No, I believe that was intended to for number 84. Do we have an 84 out there? Yes, John Lynn. And Rutland's going to have 2nd and 10 on their own 40 with 1:13 left in the game. Having a tough time seeing the ball, so.
Hey, Mike, did you get that?
Well, this will be interesting here, Mike.
Yeah. Okay, again, they're going to the air. Can't tell if that was intercepted or not.
No,
I believe they called it incomplete.
Incomplete. Esposito there, almost picking it off.
Looks like he almost ended the game right there. Okay, Rutland's going to have 3rd and 10. Rutland certainly needs to, if they're going to do anything, they certainly need to convert right here.
Well, you wonder, with darkness setting in, you wonder what you could call for a play. It's got to be hard picking up a pass right now, and maybe some kind of a reverse might do it.
Yeah, I mean, you hide the ball and you just run with it. Okay, here we go, folks. 3rd and 10. It's going to be a pass out to Fuller. Fuller's going to get a one block, and he's going to go wide.
Conway.
He's at the 30, the 40, 45. He's taken out of bounds at the
Well, I'll tell you.
20-yard line of Rutland, or of MSJ.
Jake Conway there, Mike, on the carry, and did a heck of a job getting as far as he did.
Well, you know, he just did it on his own. He broke some tackles and made some moves, and with 55 seconds left in the game,
hey, this thing isn't over yet.
It's not over yet.
Well, it's certainly been an exciting ball game this afternoon, Mike.
Yeah, regardless of how this turns out, this has certainly been a great ball game.
And you know, down the road in 3 or 4 years, when these kids are at that varsity level, again, it's going to be it'll be quite a game then too.
Yeah. Well, we should mention that Rutland, you know, coming into this game with a 5-1 record, and MSJ coming in with a 1-5, and this just goes to show that you can throw the records out the window in these Rutland MSJ games, whether it's freshman or JV or varsity. The kids play with everything they've got in these games. Okay. Rutland has 1st and 10 on their own 28-yard line. And it's going to be a pitch out to Conway. Conway really fumbled the ball.
Oh, he had some trouble with the handle there. I don't know who got it.
And MSJ has the ball. And that's going to do it here, folks. With 49 seconds left, all MSJ has to do is just take a snap, and that'll probably be it.
Well, you know, they were having trouble with that pitch out all afternoon, Mike, and unfortunately, that's pretty much what did them in at the end.
Yeah. Again, hard to see the ball. I don't know if it was a bad pitch this time. It's just, you know, the ball is dark, and it's just hard to see. So. Certainly, Jake Conway shouldn't feel bad on that one because
no, definitely not.
Certainly, the playing conditions, being the darkness, had a lot to do with it. Okay, MSJ has the ball on their own, better yet, on their own 35-yard line. Certainly been an interesting game here this afternoon, Mark. You know, a typical Rutland MSJ, hard-hitting, and kids playing with everything they had.
Well, it was a hard-fought game, and both teams taking advantage of the opportunities. And
Rutland a couple times deep inside MSJ territory. You know, once right there on the 1-yard line or the half-foot line, and another time, you know, inside the 10, not able to convert. Could have made a difference, but.
Well, it's been a game of you know, opportunities really.
Yeah. And turnovers certainly. You know, there's certainly with a lot of turnovers. This one here being a big one. And the MSJ just going to put their knee down, and that's going to do it. Although,
well, I think Rutland called a timeout.
Called timeout.
Don't know how many they've got left, but boy, it's just going to.
Well, if they've got 4 left, they might be able to get one play off.
We're in trouble.
Yeah, we certainly are. We're playing in the dark down here, folks, at St. Peter's Field, where the Rutland Raider Freshmen 20-14 on a pass. And our cameraman cannot see what he's shooting here, so.
Well, there's one car over there at the end zone while they're leaving. I was going to say, boy, if we get a few more cars over there to get some lights on, Mike.
Yeah, we could,
we'd be all right.
We'd be okay. Well, this is it for the season for Rutland and MSJ. Well, for the Rutland JVs and the Rutland freshmen, the varsity will be going up to Middlebury Friday night to
big game Friday night, Mike.
Play the Middlebury Tigers.
Hopefully the Raiders can pull off a victory and then head into that state championship game next weekend.
Yep.